Hi, welcome to Chef Maxwell's Kitchen. We're here at the Culinary Institute of Virginia in Norfolk, Virginia, where we got a great little teaching kitchen to work in here. We're going to be playing with Virginia products the same way we do every time on Chef Maxwell's Kitchen. This time it's tomatoes. And man, have we got some great tomatoes coming in now. Probably a lot more than you can handle if you've got a garden or if you've got access to a farmer's market. So we're going to look at making a very basic marinara sauce, but we're going to use some tomatoes that I canned last year to show you the value of canning. All right, I've got some water boiling over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score a tomato and take the core out of it. Just made a little X across the bottom. And now I'm going to drop it down into this boiling water for exactly a minute. That's going to help me peel the tomato. And I've got one that I did earlier so you can see what happens. And you see how easy it is to just pull this skin right off. It just peels right off. All right, let me get this out of the way. Then I'm going to cut it in half to take the seeds out. Now, you don't have to do either of these steps. You can go ahead and just cut your tomatoes up. Right. But I'm taking the seeds out and taking the skin off. That way when I cook them, the skin doesn't curl up in little needles and we don't have seeds all over the place. And I'm going to cut these up. I'm just going to dice them up. This is going to be called a concassé of tomato. If you've ever heard anybody say concassé, professional chefs do that all the time. It's just a roughly diced tomato that's been peeled and seeded. Right. Get these diced. Now I'm going to turn them the other direction. So I got long pieces of tomato now. Now I'm just going to dice them down. Nowadays, people make marinara sauces with all kinds of ingredients in them. And this one is very basic. My grandmother had a recipe for it. It's very, very easy to do. It's just got a little olive oil in the pan. That's hot. All right, some garlic. Let that brown a little bit. She used to call it frying the garlic. All right. Get that till it starts to brown a little bit. Now we're going to add the tomatoes. I'm going to fry these tomatoes up nice. Spin that around. Going to stir this. Now what we're looking for is for the cells of the tomatoes to kind of break open a little bit. Let some of the juices out and let the carbohydrate that's natural to a tomato begin to sugar. We're going to add some salt. All right, a little kosher salt. A little pepper. Right, a little bit of sugar. It'll help that tomato sugar come out. And you can see how the olive oil is starting to turn a little color in here. At this point, you could add any one of a number of things to this or nothing. It's very good. It's tomatoes sautéed with garlic, salt, and pepper. It's very nice. Real marinara sauce has got usually some basil, right? And you could put some red wine in there if you wanted to as well. But we're going to leave the wine out. And this is just wonderful aroma coming up off of here. We're going to pull this forward. I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil here. And while that's getting hot, I'm going to take the canned tomatoes that I've gotten from my last batch. You hear that pop. Now, when I package them, and I don't know, perhaps you can see this. I put the tomato product in there, and I take one leaf of basil and lay it over the top of it. And it turns dark, so I pull that out. All right, now I told you I'd show you how to do this zucchini spaghetti. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut a thin strip, and I'm not going to get any of the seeds. I'm going to try and make sure that I'm not getting seeds when I make these cuts. Now, the seeds can go into lots of other things, all right, but not into this. And I'm going to cut nice, thin strips, all right, very thin strips. All right. Take my zucchini, throw that in there. Okay. Just turn it around a little bit, just to get it hot all the way through with the olive oil. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to take a little bit of our marinara sauce and toss that in there too. zucchini spaghetti. Put that over there. Take a little bit of the sauce. And I'm going to take a little bit of basil and put that on the top, just as a decoration for this. So we've got our zucchini, and I've got a bowl of pasta here, and I'm going to put the canned tomato sauce on top of that. So you can see the difference there. And once again, a little bit of fresh basil on the top of that. All right, and here are those two plates. All right, done. We're going to sprinkle them with a little bit of cheese. Now, the camera crew is already fighting their way to the front, so see you next time. Remember, on Chef Maxwell's Kitchen, we always play with our food. And it's better if that food is safe, fresh, and locally grown. For more delicious recipes using Virginia-grown fruits and vegetables, contact Lisa Lloyd at the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services at 102 Governor Street, Richmond, Virginia, 23219.
Chef Maxwell's recipes are listed on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at saveourfood.org.